I just want to do this video. This is going to be discussing a few things. The first things I'm going to be discussing is the directed energy attacks, which have intensified to their highest level I've experienced. I've been getting, the last 2 or 3 days, I've been getting very heavy headaches, like splitting headaches. And I know this is microwaves because I had a similar sensation when I walked near some low mobile phone antennas in Spain. I also know this because as soon as I went into my EMF shielding canopy, it stopped. After about half an hour, the sensations stopped. So they've been microwaving me in the head very heavily and the chest. Earlier today, I got pains in my chest, went into the canopy, and it stopped again. So we're going to discuss shielding. A lot of TIs, I'm not blaming them because they've been conditioned that way. They'll talk about it's attacks from Satan, it's this and that. But we're talking about electromagnetic weapons here, microwaves. This is not demons, because they want you to think that. So, defeating electromagnetic weapons is quite easy. It's contrary to what you might think, it's not that difficult to stop. It can be stopped with most metals, thin layers. Basic defense is mylar or tinfoil. They try to mock people for using that, but it does work to some extent, although not as well as a full-on cage, which I have. I got into an argument with some nonce online saying that basically you need an earth wire or it won't reflect radio waves. No, that's not true. You don't need an earth wire. If it's designed to reflect radio and microwaves away from you. So an earth wire is only needed for electric fields, which is not what we're dealing with here. We're dealing with microwaves. That's what is from mobile phone microwaves. Alright. So basically, they've been hitting me in my head. I've heard other TIs describe the same symptoms, a splitting headache, but this is the first time it's really come home to me. I'll be doing this in 2 parts because they sabotaged my audio on another video, so I had to do it twice. They sabotaged the audio, basically. So yeah, I've been getting splitting headaches. They intensifying the directed energy attacks, and then RT told me also they've been doing the same to him. He's been getting hit in the chest. I've been getting hit in the head mostly. So we're going to talk about shielding. Some TIs, say this is not necessary, but believe me, it is necessary, especially today with 5G. So the best shield you can get right now is the EMF canopies. They're fairly expensive, but if you take care of them, they should last many years. But they work. I can tell you they work. They don't stop everything, but for my experience, I can say they stop at least 85-90% of the effects from the directed energy. But you have to make sure that there are no cracks, there are no gaps in the shielding, or it won't work. It has to be completely. It doesn't have to be sterile, sterilely complete, like with not even the tiniest gap, but you want to have as little gaps as possible, so as little radiation can get in as possible. So this material is made of silver in fibre. I don't know the full details of it, but it has silver in there. It's breathable. It lets air through. You don't know the difference when you're in it, apart from you won't notice the effects of the DWs as much. But they've been hitting me heavy, so I'm very glad. Worth every penny. I'm very glad I bought this. So I can say for me, after a year or so of owning it, it's helped a lot. I've been sleeping better. I used to sleep with Mylar over me in a sleeping bag, and that worked to some extent, but this is like 4 times as good at protecting me. But yeah, this is what the UK government is doing. It is attacking its own citizens covertly with directed energy weapons, microwave weapons, psychological tactics, harassment on the street, covert violent attacks. This is what they're doing. Set up attempts. They try to sell me drugs in front of and then police will come and turn up a few minutes later, try to set me up with women. There's too many things they try to do to me to list, but those are just some of the things they try to do. But they're constantly trying to set me up and to get a violent outburst out of me as well. So this is daily harassment, daily attacks from the UK government. Presumably the security is orchestrated anyway, presumably by the security services, MI5, MI6, etc., GCHQ. This is going on in other countries as well, such as the United States. It's one of a lot of criminal programs going on. It is criminal what they're doing, but they try to label us as criminals, but this is illegal experimentation and assault using deadly weapons, because they are deadly over time. If you don't protect yourself, they will kill you. Simple as that. And they're trying to cover up the existence of these weapons, like they did with Cuba. They're trying to say it's mosquito spray. Mosquito spray doesn't make you deaf, alright? So they try to cover up all and any evidence of these weapons as they can, because this gives them the ability to assault citizens without any proof, alright? Because it's invisible. You just look like you're going crazy, or you look like you've got ill health or something like that. I've got a cough, so forgive me. I've just had a fire downstairs, and I think some of the smoke got on my lungs. Some of it came out, but yeah. Again, terrible headaches. As soon as I come into my canopy, it stops. So I know that this is the microwaves that are being used. This year has just been a disaster, on a different topic. Just been terrible luck this year. But I'm not here to moan, I'm just saying, but it's just been ridiculous. Also, hacking of my devices, my phone. The other day, they turned off the, because I had a meeting with a woman sorting out my benefits, because it's all going on to something called PIPs, which if you're in the UK, I'm sure you've heard of this if you're on benefits, which most TIs are, because we can't get a job. We're blacklisted, we're harassed in the job centre, harassed in the places we work, revving the cars up. They just cut my MP3 player off, and then I hear rum, 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 you know. So that's what they do. They want to interfere, but they're not gonna get a chance. So next door again, they're using the guy next door. They used the house next to me as like a little safe house. It's been for sale since I moved in. No one's bought it yet. There's a guy living there, and I found out, I think, who he is due to research. But they are using him. They used the guy next door, the War Rat, as I named him. He started up again recently, but he stopped again because I've been targeting him back. Comes out of the house the other day, immediately as he sees me, coughs, In front of me, the house, they're targeting me. They're the ones that were throwing they've stopped now, but they were throwing stuff over my fence. I hadn't had anything since, at least. I hadn't seen anything. But they were throwing planes and stuff over my, model planes over my fence. And if you look at how high my fence is, it's not easy to accidentally throw a plane over there. They're deliberately throwing stuff over to harass me. Alright? So I'm pretty much surrounded here by these motherfuckers. I'm pretty much surrounded where I live. Even there's this building nearby, and I think it's for people with behavioural problems. They've been using them to target me. They've been shouting out the windows. I've been just, every time they do, I just stick my middle finger up. So surrounded by these people, the perps, as we call it. So I'm not bothered, because it's not looking like I'm going to be living here much longer anyway. Which I'm not that upset about, really. I've not really felt at home here anyway. The house is nice, the countryside's nice, but I don't like people here. I don't like this town, really. Don't particularly like it. It's coming up to about a year that I've lived here. I moved in October, but not really feeling this place. So anyway, I'm not moving because of the perps. It's more family wants to move from this area, and I'm going to move with them because they're pretty much bored of living around here, and I don't blame them. It's pretty, well, it's not a bad place, the UK. There's the Peak District, but I've never really particularly felt at home here, to be honest. So anyway, that's another subject. But yeah, the UK government is attacking its own citizens with directed energy weapons, and they'll try and tell you they don't exist, but if you do the research, you'll find they do exist. I can name some off the top of my head. LRAD, right, that's one. Active denial weapon, that's two. Alright, those are two I know of. If you search them, you'll find them, and then listen to them tell you they don't exist, or they don't use them. Alright? They have weapons which can make people hear things, hear voices. Alright? That's why do you think so many of these gunmen that have took part in these terrorist attacks say they hear voices. There's a story I covered where the guy stabbed a dog walker. They love to use dog walkers as an outfit to harass me with, particularly. Started with that again recently, using their dogs to harass me. They'll let the dogs run and mock in front of me when I'm riding a bike or whatever, and I'll see lots of dog walkers. This guy basically, stabbed one of them, and he said he was hearing voices, and he said he hated dog walkers. If I ask yourself, why does he hate dog walkers? Because those kind of feelings don't come up for no reason, They don't come up for no reason. So, yeah, if you are being attacked in the same way, I recommend you immediately buy the EMF proof bedside canopies. But when you get it, get a small bed, wrap it under your bed, tie it from the ceiling, so that way it makes like a cage. That will completely, mostly anyway, it's not 100% protection, but I'd say it's like 80% protection. It'll stop the worst of the effects. Believe me, I know, because I've been attacked by these weapons for the years now, so the effects, and I'm feeling effects now, which I felt just before my targeting began. I was getting headaches, migraine-like headaches, splitting headaches, and I thought it was due to stress or whatever, but I think it was these weapons now, and chest pains too. So if you're being attacked the same way, don't listen to what anyone on YouTube says about it's useless. You need to pray. You need to pray to God. Yeah, I agree, we need to pray to God, but God isn't going to stop you being attacked by these weapons. Alright? You gotta defend yourself from these weapons. Don't let people say, oh, it's Satan, or, because I would see I saying, oh, but when I pray, I get attacked, I feel pain in my head, pain in my chest. That's not Satan, that's the weapons. They're remote neural monitoring you, alright? And then they're attacking you with these weapons, because they can do that. Alright? Same with me. I'll be listening to music, I hear a song I like, boom, my MP3 player will cut out, just like that. They know, through the remote neural monitoring. Alright? So, I believe in God, but the point is, you need to defend yourself from this technology. Alright? So, on that note, I'm going to end the video and hope this helps someone. And I'll say again, the UK government is attacking its own citizens.